This is Dr. Dave from Mosaic Life Care, and today's short video will talk and begin the introduction of a conversation in a string of videos talking about stress. Everybody has stress. Everybody is experiencing stress, especially in today's day and world when the access to social media and immediate information on the news can really begin to create a situation inside that is not peaceful, that has a lot of turmoil. And so today's video is just an introduction to say that the videos that will follow this will begin to piece together an understanding of stress that will empower you to protect your brain. What people don't know is that whether you actually experience a specific situation where you have to brake suddenly on the highway and it's stressful and your heart is beginning to race, or whether or not you hear a situation on in the phone call that somebody has passed or that something has happened, or whether you just think or contemplate about what might happen into the future. The brain doesn't know the difference between those things, and so the brain's reaction to that is to go into fight or flight. It's the work of M.O.S.A.I, the issue of the general adaptive syndrome that he talked about, where the body has this automatic way of creating an alert reaction in the body for it to be able to deal with some type of threat that it experiences. So whether the threat is real or whether it isn't, the body will respond the same way. And the consequence of that, in a prolonged nature of how quickly information is coming at us, is that the body breaks down very, very fast. And some of the latest research is indicating, and I'll bring this to you in these next series of videos, we'll be talking about how really a lot of the brain chemistry and the issues of illness begin in the brain. This is where a lot of the research is going. So whether it's not just Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but all the other conditions actually then, according to the way that neuroscience is going, begin in the brain. And so protecting the brain and having a brain protective program, which is what this video is introducing here at Mosaic, will be critical to your longevity and vitality, which means having a long life lived well, not just a long life that is lived with sickness at the end of it. There's a small note here that the Heart and Stroke Foundation on their makehealthlast.ca website indicate that the average Canadian will spend the last 10 years of their life living in sickness. Well, that's unacceptable, and if that sickness begins because of the overload of stress in the body and we don't teach how to manage that and how to cope with that better in better ways, then we're actually helping people get sickness, and we're perpetuating and contributing to that the last 10 years of your life being in that way. And that's not what we're about here at Mosaic. We're about trying to understand what the best practices are and how to help you know what you need to do for yourself, for your individualized health care, to be your own advocate and to be your own empowered human being. We are about empowering human potential and empowering your potential. So this is the first video. I'm going to introduce this. Check out the other ones as we go through this, and this particular string of thought will be one that I'm sure will continue as we talk about the link between glaucoma and Alzheimer's, as we talk about the various different lobes of the brain, the various different parts of the brain, and the various different transmitters of the brain, how that is impacted by your genetics, your genetic susceptibility to dopamine function, to serotonin performance, how your personality is involved, how you can change that. All of these things are in this particular line of videos that you will see on stress. So I encourage you to stay tuned, and it's a joy for me to bring this to you as I begin to understand even how to protect myself with my own brain-based bulletproof system. So see you on the inside.